Does fear stop people buying from you? Of course not, you say. I'm a really nice person. Why would they be afraid of me? People actually are afraid, but not necessarily of you. And that sense of fear will seriously inhibit your marketing and selling unless you do something about it. Humans have a natural survival instinct, rooted deep in our limbic system, the part of the brain here. Chemical messages that neuroscientists can actually measure travel around our brains and bodies when we anticipate danger. Now, danger can be very obvious, like a fierce predator, or it can be very subtle. Our brains treat not knowing that something is safe in the same way that we treat obvious danger. We avoid it. Let's take that back one more step. Simply not knowing is something to avoid. Often, the reason people don't respond to our marketing or don't want to place an order is because there's an unknown somewhere in the mix. Our limbic system doesn't like that, and it sends a chemical message and triggers the feeling that we shouldn't proceed. So how do we overcome this? Nearly all purchases involve an act of faith because the customer has to make a commitment before they actually experience what they've purchased. It's a step into the unknown, and we know our brain doesn't like that. In my early days of sales training, I remember hearing a story from Brian Tracy about a car showroom. There was one spot in the showroom floor where the car sold quickly regardless of what it was. They couldn't understand why. They looked at the car in that spot and couldn't see what was so special about it. Then the manager sat in the driving seat and suddenly noticed the car was next to a huge mirror. She could actually see herself driving the car. She was visualizing the outcome, and that looked good. She could feel safer buying the car, knowing what the owning the car would look like. I recently read a blog post from Nick Kalenda, a marketing psychologist. He uses the same approach, helping people create a mental picture of the outcome and removing the fear caused by uncertainty. The more vivid the picture, the more persuasive it is because it will feel safer. It can be as simple as using a more descriptive label on a button to help people imagine the outcome. This imagination can be visual or any other sense. It can be feel, sound, smell or taste, depending on people's preferences or relevance to the message. Amazon is very good at this. Instead of just a one-day delivery label, it adds "get it tomorrow" and confirms the date. You can immediately imagine the sense of it arriving tomorrow, so it feels safe to order it. Don't underestimate what our instinctive brain is up to behind the scenes. If you want to be more persuasive in your marketing and selling, help the customer imagine the outcome using whatever senses are appropriate.